Dr. Attard, Excellencies, faculty of IMLI, students, and attendees. On behalf of the Secretary General of the IMO, Mr. Ki-Tak Lim, it is an honor to address you at the start of IMLI's first ever dedicated program on the law of treaties. As Dr. Attard mentioned, this program was born out of a conversation he and I had earlier this year. I had observed that the technical committees in the IMO, the Maritime Safety Committee, the Marine Environment Protection Committee, and the Facilitation Committee were frequently seeking legal advice on the application of treaty law to proposals under consideration by those committees. And it was my view that all delegates could benefit from having more information available to them on the principles of treaty law that apply in the development of the IMO regulatory regime, the global, uniform body of regulation that, if effectively implemented and consistently enforced, creates the level playing field for the maritime industry that ensures the efficient flow of the global supply chain and grows the world economy and is vital to the attainment of the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. That is, sustainable shipping for a sustainable planet. So I'm delighted that Dr. Attard has taken our conversation and turned it into this program. Many of the delegates that come to IMO meetings develop and enhance the regulatory regime, but they're not lawyers or experts in treaty law. They are maritime architects, engineers, or seafarers, experts in their field, but they may not be familiar with the nuances and complexities of treaty law as it relates to the work of the IMO. The work of the organization is not merely to develop new technical specifications for ships. It is much more. Those technical specifications and the other work of the IMO add to the body of maritime international law, to the effective implementation of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, and to the development and expansion of the rule of law globally. So it is very encouraging to see that, in addition to the IMLI class of 2021, who are now seeing me for the third time in 6 weeks, there are also many current IMO delegates attending this program. I'm very happy to see you attending, and I know that the information you gather here will help you in your work at IMO. This program comes at a very good time. One of the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic has been, frankly, a regression in the rule of law in the maritime sector. One need look no further than the current crew change crisis, where more than 400,000 seafarers are trapped on vessels, unable to return home after their contracts have expired, with no access to shore leave, and in some cases, no access to medical care. A similar number of seafarers are stuck at home, unable to work because they cannot travel. The inability to change crews has created a humanitarian crisis that threatens the safety of navigation and the uninterrupted flow of the global supply chain. And I believe that, had appropriate principles of treaty law been applied, much of this human suffering could have been avoided. In many cases, countries have not complied with their obligations under IMO and ILO treaty instruments, such as the Maritime Labor Convention and the International Convention on Maritime Search and Rescue, all in a well-intentioned and urgent effort to preserve public health and safety. But any abrogation of the principle of Pax Sunt Servanda should not be taken lightly. Had appropriate principles of treaty law been applied in many of these situations, accommodations could have been made to fully uphold the rule of international maritime law, such as designating seafarers as key workers and implementing industry-developed protocols, recently approved as an IMO circular, that would ensure that crew changes could be conducted safely. These principles are contained in a resolution that will be introduced on the floor of the United Nations General Assembly tomorrow, December 1st. Along with the adoption of this UNGA resolution, it is my hope that this program will help you address similar situations so that in the future, the rule of maritime international law can be upheld and grow. IMLI has developed a comprehensive, exciting syllabus for this program with an outstanding gallery of lecturers. If you see my name popping up in the list of participants from time to time during this program, it's because I am looking forward to hearing the lectures as well. With the distinguished group of experts that will address the program, we can all learn something. My best wishes for you as you begin this program and for a happy and safe festive season. Thank you.